at 9, voting begins.
Educate yourself on what all the slates want to accomplish.
Orem, Bold, and Alliance are awaiting their fate as students head to the polls. The latest on the election and what could happen next.
Plus, the Democratic presidential candidates look ahead to win over votes in Nevada. We've got more on what they had to say.
We're tracking some showers here on campus. Find out more on a full forecast in a couple minutes.
Live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
I'm Emily Harless.
And I'm Jessica Norton. Here's a live look tonight over the complex. After a cool weekend, temperatures were warmer today, but rain is here and will continue into the overnight hours.
So how long will the rain stay? Weather forecaster Jordan Wolf has the answer for us tonight. Jordan, good evening.
Good evening, guys. We are seeing some rain showers currently on campus. Temperatures 43 right now, those rain chances, as you can see. Winds coming out of the southeast, 8 miles an hour. It does feel like 38 degrees as well. Currently across the state, pretty similar conditions. Mild to the south, a little bit cooler to our north, 37 in Fort Wayne, 46 Indianapolis. We are seeing those rain showers moving through the area right now, as you can see on our radar. Those will be continuing through the overnight hours into tomorrow. A little bit wider look at this system here. Some snow to the north. Luckily, we don't have that at the moment. Overnight tonight, though, we are seeing those temperatures increasing through the night, unlike what we have normally, but those rain chances continuing through the evening as well. We're seeing those temperatures and rain continuing through tonight.
Jordan, thank you. Voting open today in the 2020 SGA election.
Students have the chance to vote for one of 3 slates. Orem, Bold, and Alliance voting will remain open until tomorrow, 5 o'clock in the evening. A pool locating will be set up tomorrow in the Student Center, Bracken Library lobby, and the atrium. Students can also vote online via email.
Now, if none of the slates get more than 50% of the vote, a runoff election will take place. The 2 remaining slates will go head-to-head in a debate Thursday night. Voting will then take place Monday the 24th and Tuesday the 25th.
Indiana State University's trustees are considering a proposal to add electronic cigarettes to its ban on tobacco-related products. The Terre Haute campus has been tobacco-free since 2009, with the exception of some outdoor smoking areas. A draft policy to ban vaping will be presented this week, with the final policy recommendation to be submitted for May's trustees meeting. If adopted, the vaping ban will be implemented on July 1st. Last Saturday, the Black Student Association hosted a Soul Food Fest for a chance for students to get a little taste of home. A moment where students came together to eat food and play some games.
The event is meaningful for many students and a moment where students are able to spend time with friends outside of the classroom.
Food Fest is just like a little event, kind of like a family event, you know, just like people around campus coming to just socialize and fellowship and eat good food together.
The evening consisted of music, food, and games. BSA has many other events that are happening the rest of February for Black History Month. The approaching end of an electric car sharing service in Indianapolis has left city officials faced with the question of what should happen to the car charging stations. Blue Indy will end its collaboration with the city on May 21st. Under the city's contract with Blue Indy, it has 90 days from that date to decide whether to buy the electric car charging stations. The Indianapolis Star reports the city and the company may negotiate for a fair market value. Each can also hire 2 appraisers to assess the total cost at the highest and best price possible.
Now to the race for the White House. The 3rd nominating test for Democratic presidential hopefuls is coming Saturday in Nevada. More than 18,000 Democrats showed up for the first day of early voting over the weekend. MJ Lee has the latest on the campaign.
The Democratic presidential candidates crisscrossed Nevada, uniting over an emerging rival who isn't even competing in this week's contest.
There's a lot to talk about, Michael Bloomberg.
Well, I got news from Mr. Bloomberg, and that is the American people are sick and tired of billionaires buying elections.
Michael Bloomberg under fire as he continues to catapult in national polls, despite never appearing on a debate stage.
I know I'm not going to be able to beat him on the airwaves, but I can beat him on the debate stage. Because I believe my argument for my candidacy is so much stronger.
The former New York City mayor focusing on Super Tuesday states, already spending over $400 million in advertisements nationally. Bloomberg's rivals quickly attacking his past controversial policies like stop and frisk.
$60 billion can buy you a lot of advertising, but it can't erase your record.
Bloomberg once again issuing an apology at an event in Virginia.
There is one approach that I deeply regret, the use of a police practice called stop and frisk. I defended it for too long, I think, because I didn't understand the unintended pain it caused to young black and brown kids and to their families.
But for Bernie Sanders, that's not enough.
We will not create the energy and excitement we need to defeat Donald Trump if that candidate pursued, advocated for, and enacted racist policies like stop and frisk.
Fresh off his victory in New Hampshire, Sanders also facing harsh criticism.
I'm the only one on that debate stage when asked, do you have a problem with a socialist leading the Democratic ticket, that I said yes. And that is despite the fact that Bernie and I are friends.
Democratic delegate leader Pete Buttigieg acknowledging he has some work to do in diverse states like Nevada.
This is a process of earning trust with voters who have every reason to be skeptical, who have often felt taken for granted by the Democratic Party. And so I am not going to take any vote for granted.
Former Vice President Joe Biden banking on minority voters after struggling in the first two states.
They have overwhelming support from minorities. I have overwhelming support from, you can't win, you can't take it for granted. I'm the only one who has the record and has the background and has the support. They know me. They know who I am.
Again, that was MG Lee reporting. The Nevada State Democratic Party says it's working hard to make sure they do not repeat the mistakes made in Iowa.
The Daytona 500 is getting extra buzz this year with President Trump serving as the race's Grand Marshal.
The president kicked off the event by taking a lap around the course in his limousine. His opening remarks, he wished all the teams good luck. And he got to tell the drivers, start your engines. Trump is not the only president to attend the Daytona 500. The first was George W. Bush.
More than 300 Americans are back in the U.S. now after being stranded on a cruise ship that was hit by the coronavirus. Take a look. This plane landed at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio early Monday morning. It's the final plane chartered by the U.S. government to pick up Americans who'd been stuck on a cruise ship. Earlier this month, that ship was quarantined in Japan with thousands of people on board. Health officials say more than 400 people on the ship came down with the coronavirus, and dozens of those are Americans. But 14 of those who flew home have since tested positive for the virus. Connecting to the community by art. Find out what people are doing to relieve stress.
Plus One store will soon be closing its doors. The reason why Pier 1 is shutting down after the break.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born, and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. There's a new way to connect to the Muncie community through art.
A group of artists gathers at a local coffee shop to unleash some creativity as well as their thoughts. NewsLink Indiana, Kayla Jackson has the story.
Every Sunday, a group of Muncie residents come out to the Cup, the coffee shop in the village. These gatherings are a bit like therapy sessions to them.
I think it's really fun just to relax and crochet, and because I just feel like I'm working all the time, and so it's just nice to go on a little walk and then just relax for a few hours on a Sunday night.
Relaxing just comes with the territory of doing something they love. All of these people are here to create art, as well as creating a welcoming environment.
It's kind of like our community outing. Like, I think all of us tend to be a little bit of a hermitish, so we always have to go out into the world sometime, and yeah, we're just all great close friends, just kind of keep on going.
Even though Stitch is in the group's title, not all of them are there to stitch. They work on different art projects, anything that relaxes them, but they all are there to do the second part of the group's name, to gossip. To anyone who loves to create art and join in on the gossip, you are welcome to join the group.
Please come. Like, we're always looking for new people. I have found that the bigger the group, it just makes people want to come more.
The group gathers at the Cup every Sunday at 5 in the evening and stay until it closes. Catch them this Sunday for a creative therapy session. In Muncie, Kayla Jackson, NewsLink Indiana.
In consumer news tonight, home decor retailer Pier 1 is going bankrupt. The company says it filed for bankruptcy today after racking up $59 million in losses. The statement says Pier 1 has cut a deal with lenders to get $250 million in financing, and now the company is focusing on looking for a buyer. The company is the latest brick and mortar retailer to fall victim to online competitors like Amazon and big box chains Target and Walmart. Moving over to the weather, it was a pretty warm day out today, and I think it's going to be warm tomorrow, but how long is that going to last?
Yeah, we will be seeing those rain chances moving through this evening, but we're going to be checking those out and coming up more after the break.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm going to miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother,
yes.
You, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. You know, it was a pretty nice day out today, but tonight I don't think it's going to be as nice.
Yeah, we actually will be seeing rain chances moving through tonight, and there will be also continuing temperatures increasing through the night as well. But we're going to be seeing those on campus right now. The rain chances, as you can see behind me, moving through the area at the moment, but we will be seeing those continuing through tonight and into tomorrow as well. A little bit wider look, we do have some snow up to the north, just north of Fort Wayne. Luckily, not quite cold enough for us for that. But we are seeing those rain chances moving through as well. Currently on campus, 43 degrees. Those rain showers, as I was talking about, feels like 38 on campus. Some winds coming out of the southeast, about 8 miles an hour. Across the state, 43 in Muncie, 46 Indianapolis, a bit warmer to the south, 51 in Bloomington, and 37 up in Fort Wayne, just north of there, as we were seeing that snow just north of Fort Wayne. A bit breezy to the east side of the state as well. Southeast, 8 miles an hour here in Muncie, a little bit windier to the south as well. Overnight tonight, we're seeing temperatures actually increasing through the night, a little bit different than what we normally see. Those rain chances continuing as well. By 11 p.m., we're at 46 degrees, and by 1 a.m., all the way up to 50 degrees. And then after that, those temperatures will be going down through the day tomorrow. However, those rain chances, about 9 p.m., those rain chances, as we were seeing here, 11 p.m., still rainy as well, starting to break down by about 2 a.m., and then moving out by 8 a.m. So luckily our morning commute, you should not need the umbrella tomorrow morning, but those clouds persisting through the day until tomorrow evening when we finally get those clear skies tomorrow night. Over the day tomorrow as well, temperatures will be decreasing throughout the day. We're going to be seeing 40 by 8 a.m., but you might need the jacket later on in the day as we're 35 by about 5 p.m. Winds coming out of the northwest about 10 to 15 miles an hour throughout the day as well. Moving on to our MITS 7-day forecast, we do see that temperature drop Tuesday into Wednesday, a bit colder in the evening as well. Thursday, below freezing all day, but no precipitation chances. We do get a lot of sunshine though throughout the day. Throughout this week, a lot more sunshine than what we have seen in previous weeks. However, we do see 18 as a low here on Thursday, so you don't want to put away that coat quite yet. But we do see that those temperatures climb back up over the weekend, and we do see another chance of rain showers on Sunday and Monday of next week. However, the big story right now is really those temperatures dropping off after this rain showers move out today, though. And we're going to be seeing those temperatures dropping off tomorrow throughout the entire day as well.
You know, I will say it's a little bit disappointing because I'm a big warm weather girl. I love the weather today. I'm gonna love it tomorrow, sounds like still, but not so much after that.
Yeah, it's definitely some weather for some indoor sports. And speaking of sports, coming up in sports basketball, looks to be taking over the MAC at Ball State.
And Delta's wrestling team prepares for state and redemption. Next in sports.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener and loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds, we surround a community's most critical problems, and we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. And I think of kids going to school hungry. Hunger, homelessness. In this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Weeknights, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal Weather. We've got the latest news headlines.
Freezing temperatures have set in all the way down in Louisiana.
One man dead after flooding in Venice, Italy.
Up to the minute weather conditions.
Cold temperatures are the story this morning.
And of course, lots of fun.
Andy Keister, former cheerleader, up top right here.
I do have I don't know if you can see a toucan this morning.
Toucan, the Fruit Loop guy.
Join us Friday mornings at 8 on Facebook Live.
Welcome back. I'm Joey Moore with sports. Delta Wrestling will be capping off this season Saturday at State. NewsLink Indiana's Blake Dahlier helped roll out the mats.
It's the dynamic duo of Delta Wrestling, Payne Blackburn and John Robinson, hitting the mat for their 4th year, the leaders of an Eagles squad that are on their way to Bankers Life Fieldhouse for the state title.
These guys have really stepped up to the plate. They've, all the rest of this team has looked up to these guys, their work ethic, academically, everything about these guys has been awesome.
It isn't their first time around the block. For Robinson, this is his 2nd straight year in the state finals, and for Blackburn, he's looking to bounce back. Last year, he lost at semi-state to the soon-to-be state champion, Hunter Watts, despite making it to state his sophomore year.
Getting put out ticket round last year at semi-state, it was devastating. So it definitely lit a fire in my butt to work harder over the summer.
The hard work these two have put in looks to fuel that fire. Both have experience and want to use it to their advantage.
Try not to dread on the aches and pains that the end of the season comes with. And just, trying to get to the mindset of whatever happens, happens. Do my best.
A desire to win, teammates turn friends in it together with an ultimate goal of raising a banner and joining the long line of Delta Eagles wrestling success.
I'm ready to just get on the podium like I've always dreamed about.
Their 4 years have come down to Saturday, a chance to compete on Indiana's largest stage in front of over 15,000 fans. In Muncie, Blake Dahlier, NewsLink, Indiana.
This weekend's festivities will be hosted at Bankers Life Fieldhouse and available on Fox Sports. The Blackford Bruins and the Southern Wells Raiders will battle it out in their next matchup on Friday. The Bruins will be looking to extend their overall record to 15-6. The Bruins have a record of 6-1 in the conference, sitting in 2nd place behind Mississinewa. The Ball State gymnastics team picked up a big win over the weekend, setting a new school record in the process. The Cardinals put up the highest team score in school history with a score of 195-750, defeating Eastern Michigan at home on Sunday. Sophomore Lauren Volpe set a new personal record during the meet with a score of 9,825 on the balance beam. Volpe's balance beam was one of 16 routines to score a 9,750 or better for the Cardinals, including 2 scores of 9,825 on the bars. The Cardinals will look to stay hot in their next meet on Sunday against Kent State. The Ball State basketball team will travel to Buffalo tomorrow to take on the Bulls. The Cardinals and Bulls both entered the contest with a 7-5 record in conference play. With a win, the Cardinals can tie Northern Illinois for top of the MAC West, as well as pull away from their tie with Buffalo for 4th overall in the conference. Ball State leads the conference in scoring defense, while Buffalo is 2nd in scoring offense. The Cardinals and Bulls will tip off Tuesday evening at 7, and that matchup against Buffalo should be a really good game, and both obviously pretty elite teams with MAC and hopefully NCAA tournament hopes.
Yeah. I've said it multiple times. I need to make it out to a game. I've got to make it out to a game at some point within my career here at Ball State, so hopefully I can. Thank you, Joey.
Great. Coming up, marriage, how something ordinary turns a little unusual while being cute. Next.
And your dog is talking back, and it may not be the way you were expecting. Find out after the break.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you help me?
I got it.
Thank you.
No problem. Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now? Right now.
You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. Time to take a look at some cuter stories.
All right, this is definitely going to be the most adorable Valentine's Day story you've ever seen. Two lovers reunite to the place where they once lived. The place, an animal shelter. The lovers, two dogs.
The union of Honey and Duke. Their story began on the streets, and hope landed them at Greenville County Animal Care, and fate brought them together. A chance encounter that unleashed their love, and just like that, the two tied the knot in front of an intimate crowd. You know, I feel like a lot of people hear kind of cute stories on Valentine's Day. Of course, I mean, it is like the day of love, but I think that is, by far, you were right, the cutest one I've ever heard.
Oh, yeah. That's my favorite.
100%. And you know, not our only dog story tonight either. Your dog's mouth might not be as clean as you think either. That is, if he or she is wearing the cuss collar.
It's a product from MSCHF, a company known for releasing quirky products. The collar throws out a swear word each time your dog barks. According to the company's website, the collar is a gag gift that does not harm the animal and is not intended for anti-bark training. Right now, the cuss collar is sold out, but dog owners can sign up to find out when more will be available.
You know, what I think is kind of the most clever thing about this whole story is the company's name. I mean, MSCHF obviously is supposed to be a code for mischief, and, you know, I think that's kind of exactly what they're causing, so I'd almost be interested to see what other products they're selling as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Check that one out. But that's not the only thing with animal stories. We have another one coming up for you. Grocery shoppers in Indiana got quite the unexpected surprise last Saturday night.
Yeah, check this out. A deer somehow got inside this Kroger and started running around it. Bridget Dan was in the meat department with her family when she thought she saw a dog heading toward her, and then she realized it was a deer and shot this video of it. The animal jumped over the meat counter even at one point. A Kroger spokesperson jokes he hopes it noticed the plant-based protein products in the case. The staff tried to catch the animal, but it eventually ran out on its own. You know, what I think is honestly the most interesting part about this story is that it's, of course, like we mentioned, in Indiana, but it's also in Zionsville. And, you know, I'm from central Indiana. I've been to Zionsville a lot. I don't really know how I would react in this case, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm guessing since it's in Zionsville, it's probably just trying to escape the cold jumping into the grocery store.
You know, I think we're all trying to escape the cold, to be completely honest. Nobody here loves it. I think we all kind of hate it. I don't know. Are we going to be able to escape this cold, Jordan?
We'll be seeing some warmer temperatures coming up. We'll be seeing those rain chances moving through tonight.
We'll be seeing those rain chances
tomorrow
moving through tonight.
We're going to be seeing temperatures.
And then tomorrow we're going to be seeing
temperatures.
temperatures.
Not normally something that we see with temperatures during the daytime. Normally you see temperatures increase during the day, but we're going to be seeing them dropping off actually. But then we have a lot of sunshine coming up next week. Some pretty mild temperatures, pretty seasonable as well. But those temperatures, they will be pretty seasonable, but a lot of sunshine, which is something we definitely haven't seen in the last couple weeks. We've been lots of clouds, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of sunshine next week. So a pretty good idea that maybe get out and soak up some of that vitamin D, even though you might have to have an extra heavy coat because, you know, pretty chilly temperatures still.
But hey, all I'm hearing is rain. I'm not hearing any snow, and at least, you know, that makes me happy. I'm afraid of driving in snow, so I'm okay with that.
No snow on the next 7 days, so we're clear there.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jordan. And that's all for tonight on NewsLink Indiana. Thanks for joining us.